This is the challenge I called Challenge Hero Monster Classes Part 2. And we're just going to expand on what we did in Part 1. And probably the biggest change here is that we're going to introduce another class called Dice. And that'll be responsible for generating a random number for us. Okay, and so let's take a look at the requirements. Again, you have a requirements document, and then also in the folder associated with this video, I gave you a folder that contains the solution, the starting point. It's exactly where we left off of in the solution for Part 1. Also, if you want to use what you did for Part 1 and just continue on with that, more power to you. I have no problem with that, but if you didn't complete it or you didn't like your solution, you can go ahead and start with mine right here. But at any rate, you'll want to go through the requirements document, and just to kind of walk you through this, the first thing you're going to do is create a new class called Dice, and it's going to have a sides property and a roll property, and the sides property will be used by the roll property to generate a random number. For example, if the user has a maximum damage of 25, then you want a 25-sided dice, if such a thing is possible in the physical world, so that you can roll from 1 to 25 and get a value. And so just a little note here to remind you that you can't create a new instance of the random class inside of the roll method, because if you do that, you're going to run into that same problem that we've been running into, or we ran into originally, which is you're going to get the same number every time. You're not going to get a true random number because it'll be seeded with the current date time down to the second, because your application will run in a fraction of a second. The same seed will be given. You'll get the same number every time you call next. All right? Remember all that? All right, moving on. The next thing you need to do is, in the default class's page load method, you need to create a new instance of the dice class and then pass it as an input parameter to attack. You're going to change the character attack method to accept a new instance of dice, and you're going to use that to create your random dice roll, and you'll return whatever the value is returned from roll back as the amount of damage that that character did in that battle step. Third, you're going to rewrite the logic of the page load method to see if there's an attack bonus. Kind of call back to your memory what we did originally, where there's a first check to see, if in this particular case we have a property that we didn't use in the previous lesson, the attack bonus property, I think it was. It should have been a Boolean, and you should check it if the monster or the hero gets in a bonus attack, then accommodate for that and perform the attack. Number 4, you want to create that battle loop again, and we're going to fight to the death now. You should only break out of it when either the hero or the monster's health is equal to or less than 0, or they're both equal to or less than 0. And then number 5, you want to create a helper method in the default class that will print out the results. Hero defeated monster, or monster defeated hero, or they both lost, or they both died, something along those lines. In fact, here is a run of the application, what it should look like. I have actually printed out, it's not in this requirements document, but I took the, what did we call that before? Display something or other? Oh, the print stats. I just took the print stats method for the monster and the print stats method for the hero, and just put it inside of each loop, each iteration, so that we can see that the hero stats and the monster stats. So it looks like the combination of these two was one battle loop. The combination of these two lines was the second battle loop, and the combination of these two lines was the third battle loop, and as a result of that, the monster defeats the hero, in my case. All right. So that's the assignment. Hopefully you can figure out, and good luck to you. There shouldn't be anything here that really throws you. It's just a matter of following the requirements that I give you down to a T, and don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. Okay? So we'll see you in the solution video in the very next video. Thanks.